get ready to reopen that space and introduce the community to the new automated material handler and our new popular materials collections that we'll have in the lobby. We want to make sure that we can do that right and not be distracted by having to make another pivot related to the pandemic. We also want to make sure that if we are significantly increasing services, that staff feel safe. That has been a key factor throughout this past year, is ensuring that the staff that are working so hard do not feel that we are being lax with their safety. And so we hope that by that point, all of the staff will have been vaccinated. I would be surprised if that is not the case. But if for some reason there is a significant holdup and we only have, say, half of the staff vaccinated, we would want to continue waiting and limiting services to ensure that we can have the staff vaccinated so that they can feel safe and comfortable being in here, expanding our services, having more people in the building, and interacting with more members of the public. So when we think about opening and expanding services, we're really looking at things from 3 different angles. We're looking at physically opening the building more hours. Right now, we're at 47 hours. Pre-COVID, we were at 69. So we want to get back to that 69, of course. And that would be the first step of being open all of the hours that we were pre-pandemic. The next step is increasing the services that we offer. So currently we have computers by appointment, study rooms by appointment, the collaboratory by appointment. We're still limiting, a lot of seating and chairs in the library. So after we get the building open, then the next phase of our plan would be to reintegrate some of, spend more time here, which we've really been avoiding. And then the last piece of that would really be looking at the programming. So we know that virtual programming is something that our community has really adapted well to and really seems to enjoy. Of course, we want to move back to in-person programming. It probably will have some component of virtual programming even after all of this is over. But that would be kind of the third phase of this. So we wouldn't expect to have all of those changes happen all at once. Even though we shut everything down all at once and pivoted very quickly, now ramping back up, we want to make sure we can take time to pivot and build on all of these changes, because it has been a year since staff have done a number of these things, like having an in-person story time, for example. So we'll be working on timelines for that, and of course, continuing to follow the guidance of the state in order to make sure that we're making good decisions based on the science, and also based on just how quickly we can move through things without staff feeling completely overwhelmed, but ensuring that we're continuing to move the library forward back to our pre-pandemic service levels. That was a lot of talking, so I'm going to stop now and see if anybody has any questions, and hope that I got these blue light glasses because I have too many Zoom calls and my eyes have been really bad. So hopefully the glare for you guys in the screen isn't too bad with me wearing these.
Questions? Regarding the April-May trustee workshops, I strongly recommend that you attend one or the other.
I'm hoping to attend the April 17th one. Kate, I sent you.
You will notice there the extreme difference between the libraries and how the other libraries cope with different things the libraries are doing. We don't do much of that anymore. And maybe we should visit other libraries, or at least attend these workshops so that we can see how other people respond. Thank you, Kate. I think that whatever we planned is, going to be the right thing to do no matter what we do. I just read today a report that was published today about Guatemala, which we have substantial interest there from the point of view of helping the Mayan population. Only 0.1% has been inoculated in a country of 16 million people.
Wow.
The percentage, remember those percentages that we were looking at in Illinois, about 11%, 12%, 13%, that scared us. Now we're down to 2%. They are at 48%. And things are, it's going to be a disaster. So keep that in mind. We are going to talk about the RFID and the circulation renovation. And are you going to do that, Kate, or Anna?
Yeah, just a quick update. I included some photos since those were taken last week. The painters have been in, they're priming the walls, and color will start going up on some of those walls next week. We're still meeting all of the deadlines with a final completion date of the first week of May.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We are going to the fiscal year 2022 budget.
Kate,
Yes,
have you had much, any comments from patrons in the library about the renovations, or?
They're loving, tell them like, oh yeah, this is part of our new, RFID and lobby. Like, oh, like this is so much better. Like I heard one person say one day, I was walking through your services, like, these are so much easier than Jules. So, so yeah, no one has really said anything. We have some large posters up. I don't know if anyone has been in, but we have some large posters up kind of detailing what's happening with the lobby. Not too many comments that we are getting. I think people will be very happy when it opens. We still have some people trying to go in the west door, even though we have paper over it showing and a sign saying it's a construction entrance, but that's going to always happen.
Has any of you ventured into the library?
I've been in.
Yep, I used the machine. It was super easy.
It was great. Easy.
Super
I'm
easy.
gonna go this weekend. Yeah, I'm excited.
I think people think that you gotta like scan. I mean, but just
I
like,
know, you just
just
put it there
resting
and
your
then
books
just
there,
so
and it
easy.
does it like it's just that's awesome.
Instant, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
it's a beautiful
It's like
thing.
magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
Although I've become very addicted to checking out items on my app.
I like that too.
It
I
feels like
can't
I sit
wait
in
for
the
that,
in the
Kate. I can't
stacks, and I'm like, ooh, it feels very sneaky, and I love it.
Yes.
Just got a 700-page book on Hoopla, which is can't wait to get
Yeah.
going with it.
I have to say, I'm kind of loving Hoopla too, so.
Yeah. All right, fiscal 2022 budget. Questions? If not, I need a motion to approve the fiscal year 2022 operating budget as presented.
Anna, I have just like a quick question on the revenue. One, sorry. It's
Yes.
like page 37. So the other income, what?
If we get money from donations or we auction fixed assets off at the auction site, any other way to get revenue other than fines and fees, property taxes, replacement taxes, income or impact fees. It's just kind of a placeholder. And if you see there's $100,000 in
Right.
other expense, so it nets to zero really
Got it, okay,
on the income statement.
But
okay,
if we
We
don't
may
have it in there that it's coming in, we're not allowed to expend it.
I see, okay.
We may take a
Thanks.
page. We may take a page from the park district and start charging for things. All right, go ahead, Jamie.
And then, sorry, and then the fines and fees, since we're not getting any, are what we're budgeting from the rentals mainly? Is that
No,
what-
it's like lost replacement costs, like if
Oh.
someone loses something, that kind of stuff.
Got, and that's where it goes. Okay, thank you. Mhm.
All right, I need still a motion to approve the fiscal year 2022 operating budget as presented.
So moved.
Thank you. Second,
Second,
I'll second.
thank you, Maura. All right, roll call, please.
Ms. Krisham,
yes.
Mr. Globinger,
Yes.
Mr. Parsi,
Yes.
Ms. Shu,
Yes,
Ms. Young,
Yes.
Mr. Fromm.
Yes, thank you. Motion carries. Fiscal 2022 budget has been approved. New business, Pepper Master Agreement. I presume, Maura, that you've gone through all the 500 pages.
And I'm
At
happy
least,
to,
at least you know what to poke your finger into. We don't. Go ahead, Kate.
I'm happy to answer any questions, but ultimately the goal of this is so that we don't have to go through a contract negotiation process with each single project. So this doesn't say we have to do any projects, but it says that for the next 10 years, these will be the terms that we will operate under. So it kind of moves that process along a little bit more quickly and ensures that we know exactly what we're getting into.
It doesn't fix prices for the next 10 years, does it?
No, but that would be lovely, wouldn't it? But
Yay.
no,
Why are you laughing? You know, I would.
yeah.
I'd negotiate for that. Okay, I need a motion to approve the master agreement for Pepper Construction as presented.
Motion, oh God, I forgot what you
Yes,
said.
yes,
To
yes.
approve. You could just say motion to approve.
To
Yeah.
approve.
Thank you. Second,
I'll
come on,
second.
guys.
Okay.
Jamie, you're it. Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Christian,
Yes.
Mr. Globinger,
Yes.
Mr. Parsi,
Yes.
Ms. Shu,
Yes.
Ms. Young,
Yes.
Mr. Froome.
Yes, thank you. Motion carries.
Can I just comment that I like the way that the transcription is reading our names? I'm either Mr. Policy or Mr. Piracy, and Jay is Mr. Circle Avatar.
I had to turn it off. It's too distracting.
I turn it off. Maybe this is gonna make it more entertaining. Let me turn it on.
Mr. Policy. Thank you, Mr. Policy.
Yeah, just call me Mr. Policy.
On the trustee workshops, you will notice that some of the libraries that you're gonna be listening to probably do not have a budget big enough to cover even any portion of what we are doing. There are small towns, small libraries, you know, we started that way a million years ago, and hopefully they will. Okay. Master plan, motion to approve.
Well, not the master plan,
Yeah.
the fiction and media project
I'm
work
sorry,
order.
media,
And I'm-
fiction and media master plan project work order.
Happy to answer questions. This would be the first work order under the new Pepper master agreement. So this is what you'll see then moving forward is these work orders anytime we're looking to start a project. So this is before the design phase, well before the bid phase, well before the, of course, construction phase of any project. And it just lays out that we're going to start a design phase. It does not obligate the board to go through all of the steps. It just allows us to start the process.
Are we effectively just approving the contract?
The work order.
Right,
So
the
the
work
work
order that's
order
going
is
to the contract.
essentially, each work order will be seen as essentially an amendment to the contract. So we're essentially saying, yes, this is the contract that we've just signed, the master agreement, and then this is the specific work order for this next project that we're doing. I don't know if I'm describing it as well as I should be.
Right,
that
but we
make
still
sense,
have
Jay?
we still have to approve the project once we get the plans and.
Right. So
Yeah.
this doesn't say like, yeah, so what this means is that we're estimating based on previous estimates that the project will be about $575,000. We'll go through the design phase, would present all of those to the board, and the board would have another opportunity to say, yes, we're going to approve this. And then at that point, that's when it's really solidified. And then we move forward into the construction, permitting, you know, and submittals, and then construction phase of the project.
I hope you realize that this, I'm sorry. This is Sandy's phone.
Wow.
Hope you
Just threw
realize
your
that
poor wife under the
we are
bus.
going to do a fiction and media staff space renovation for the cost of moving them to a house. That's what it costs. We can
The
buy a
bigger
house
part
for
of
that
this
kind.
is that currently there are no ceilings in the staff spaces on the third floor. So it involves significant HVAC work and electrical work and cabling. to put all of that, to put all of the ceilings in.
Okay, I need a motion.
Just a quick question. And why is it in this order? I mean, I'm just curious as far as starting fiction and then going down this list as far as just chronology.
You know what? When we put the order together, we looked at first, like, what was the most pressing? That was the makerspace. And we're trying to alternate between staff spaces and public spaces so that the patrons are not as disrupted. So we don't have like a massive project every year that patrons then were rerouting. And also to keep staff space moving so we don't have to say like, okay, we're going to spend the first 6 years doing patron spaces and then you can wait and finally get some space. This also is, if you guys recall, I know it's been 2019 was the last time we did a tour of the existing space. The space is really way too small for the staff that we have in the department and for the work that they do, the programming that they offer. And so getting that space appropriately sized will allow us to ensure that they're working efficiently. So there wasn't like a hard and fast this order than that order. This was what we had kind of decided. Of course, we can switch things. What comes after this is the teen and tween space, which is where circulation is right now. It's going to be in the part of the reference area. So minimizing disruption, alternating between patron and staff projects, and determining based on kind of where the greatest needs were, which is where we started with, why we started with the makerspace.
Well, I still need a motion. I need a motion.
I move to approve.
Okay,
I'll second it.
thank you. Roll call, please.
Ms. Christian,
Yes.
Mr. Globinger,
Yes.
Mr. Parsi,
Yes.
Ms. Shu,
Yes.
Ms. Young,
Guys,
Mr. Frum.
What are you guys laughing at? Yes, I'm sorry.
the subtitles,
What?
the subtitles of their names, Mr. Circle.
Mr.
I'm sorry, it's too much.
Sister Circle? Okay. 3 volunteers for the nominating committee. Okay. All right, Abby, Kahan, and one more.
Can we, what's,
Oh, what does it do?
what is it entitled? What does it involve? Sorry.
We just ask people what they want to do and then you decide.
It's presenting a slate at the May board meeting of officers for the coming
Oh,
year.
okay.
So
Got it.
secretary,
Okay.
treasurer, vice president, and
Do
president.
that every
Okay.
year.
Yeah. I
All
can-
right.
Basically,
And
we
I'll
just
send
ask- Go
out
ahead.
instructions
Okay.
tomorrow to give
Okay.
you more detail, and we'll set up
Okay,
a meeting.
Maura, Kahan, and Abby. And you'll present the slate for next board meeting. Remember, I'm gone, so.
Well, it's the May board meeting. They could, if ready, present a provisional slate at the April meeting. If it's ready, we could do that.
I think
Why
we
would,
can do
what
that
would be
April.
what would be one reason or another that we would do it that way, Kate?
Which one?
Provisional versus not.
Provisional allows people to see kind of and think, and then if there is any disagreement on the slate, it gives us the month where they can,
Okay.
share information with me that I can share with the nominating committee in case. I mean, I don't think this would be the case. This is,
Okay, I just wanted
very
to know. That's fine.
collegial board. So
That's
All
fine.
right. Last item before we adjourn. Next meeting, reopening plan update, circulation renovation update. I would like to see that one. Resolution for outgoing village president, transfer of funds to the debt service and CIF.
And so could I just
Yes.
mention one thing with what you thought about doing a resolution, and then went back to the village and didn't hear anything for a while. Of course, they've had some retirement. So I did just get an email this past week saying, hey, do you guys want to do a resolution for Sandy? So I, based on what everyone responded in December, it seemed like everyone was in favor of doing something honoring Sandy's years of service on the village board and as village president. So I'll put something together and bring it to the April meeting unless someone has had a change of heart and we feel that that no longer would be an appropriate thing to do or put on the agenda for next month.
It's very kind of you, and I am abstaining. Okay? I said abstain, not I'm saying. Geez, nothing.
I think we should ask Mr. Policy for clarification. Or Mr. Circle, perhaps.
I think that my accent is throwing him off. All right, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Can I ask one more thing to be added?
Yes,
This is
please.
very minor. Is there any, and I'm guessing the answer is no, just based on what everything's been going on, any update on Cedar, on the Cedar renovations? I'm guessing that's
No,
sort of.
but you know what?
on hold.
I'll put that on in my report and I'll get
Okay.
an update. I mean, Tom just retired,
Mm,
and with the new village board coming on in May, I feel like they're waiting
yeah.
until the climate action plan team presents their final report and they determine whatever actions need to be taken from that. And then I think they might come back to that. But I will check in with Michaela, who is
Okay.
the new director, and see if there is anything